You are the light for the whole world. God is not a secret to be kept. We are going public with this, as public as a city on a hill. And who would light a lamp and then hide it in an obscure place? It's placed where everyone in the house can benefit from its light. So shine, don't hide your light. Let your light shine before men in such a way that they may see your good deeds and moral excellence, and recognize, honor, and glorify your Father who is in heaven. By opening up to others, you prompt people to open up with God, this generous Father in heaven. To be light, you must seek first the kingdom of God. Hello you, welcome back to your favorite podcast. Honestly, it feels so good. It feels really good to be back. Anyways, welcome back to your favorite podcast. My name is Chiamaka. If you're seeing my face or hearing my voice for the very first time, thank you so much for stopping by. I really hope that you would not make this your last, okay? Alright. Anyways, so today I want to talk about, I feel like at this point, if I don't ever talk about this topic, it's not me. It's really not me, because this is my all-time favorite thing to talk about, and it's obedience. Yes, it's obedience. I love talking about obedience. I love talking about following and obeying the instructions of God and listening for his voice. I'm so pro obedience because I have seen firsthand what obedience can do for me. Or no, let me scratch that, because I have seen firsthand what obedience can do and also what disobedience can do. And trust me, I choose obedience. 100% I choose obedience. When they say obedience is better than sacrifice, I know that it doesn't mean like sacrifice as per something negative happened to you. It means like bringing an actual sacrifice to God. But in this scenario, obedience is better. So we're talking about obedience, and it fits into like a continuation of what I talked about last week, which is vision, and going back to getting a vision from God, meditating and listening for his voice for what he would have you do in the year 2026. And also it's something that you can cultivate for every season of your life, every year of your life. Don't just start the year or start a new season without hearing from God. I feel like it's very prideful for you to do that, to not go back to your creator. So now that God has told you what to do, he has given you instructions, he has given you step-by-step tips on what you need to do. I think it's very important that you realize that there is the part that you need to play, which is obedience. What is obedience? Obedience is basically obeying the instruction. Okay, maybe let me not use the word obeying. Maybe following through with an instruction that has been given to you by someone of authority, in this case God. And the scripture in Psalms, let me look at it, Psalms 32 from 8 to 9, and it says, I'm going to read the half of it, not really half, just the line that I want to buttress. And it says, don't make me tug you or pull you, just come along with me. So you went to God and he told you, this year 2026, I want you to focus on reading books. I want you to focus on self-development. So I want you to read a lot of books this year. And you say, oh, okay, no problem, I'm going to try my best. Now, if you don't take active step, what do I mean by active? Because sometimes obedience is not abstract. There are things that you need to do, and I'll break it down for you. God has said this year, I want you to read books. And you say, okay, read books. Okay, cool, I'll do that. If you don't research on the type of books that you like, maybe fiction, non-fiction, depending on what he has told you to read. If you don't walk into a bookstore to buy books, or I don't know, if you have a book plug, if you don't reach out to the person to say, oh, I need this amount of books, and if you don't create a timetable for when you want to read the books, let's say, oh, I want to read every Saturday by, I don't know, 9 to 12, whatever. If you don't create a timetable for when you want to read the books, you are going to get to the end of 2026, December 31st, 2026. You're going to look back and you're going to see that you've not read any books. You're actually going to see that you've not read any books. So beyond, oh yes, God has given me the vision, he has told me what to do, I'm so excited, there is the part that you need to play. There is the part, again, I need to stress this, because sometimes Christians just believe that, oh, once God have said it, I will just go and sleep, I will just go and sit down. It's like God will tell you this year you are going to get that job, I'm going to bless you with a job, and then you just go and sit down in your house. CV you don't create, you don't send, you don't have a cover letter, you're not on LinkedIn, you're not active, you're not posting, you don't even know how to draft a CV, you don't even know how to ace an interview, but you're believing God for a job. So what do you want? Like, I don't understand. Is it magic? It's not magic. It's not magic. So there's the part that you need to play, which is you obeying, actively taking steps in obeying the things that God will have you do. And I want to put this out there, that every single thing that you are looking for is on the other side of obedience. The job, on the other side of obedience. The marriage, on the other side of obedience. The promotion, on the other side of obedience. Obedience is doing the very thing that God has asked you to do. Again, emphasis on the very thing, not less, not more. The one that He asks you to do, go and do it. Go and do it. No matter how crazy the instruction might be, no matter how confusing, because sometimes the instructions can be confusing, like, how does this tally with what I'm asking you for? Do it. Do it regardless. And I know that when it comes to the topic of obedience, there's always fear, there's always doubt. Oh my God, God has asked me to do this thing. Oh, can I do it? There's the self-doubt, there's the fear that creeps in. Oh, can I do it? Can I do it? And while I was preparing for this, something dropped in my spirit, and I want to read it out. Whatever He tells you to do, He already knows you can do it. I'm back with that. Whatever God tells you to do, He knows you can do it. I know that because I've had crazy instructions. I've had things that God has told me to do. I'm like, huh? But I've also walked with God in the little time that I've walked with Him to know that on the other side is way better. It's always better when I obey. Always better when I obey. No matter how stupid, no matter how crazy I would look, it's always better. It's always better. There's never been a time that I've obeyed God where I regretted it. It's always better. Whatever He tells you to do, He knows you can do it. So think about it this way. I'll break it down. God sits outside of time. He knows you. He knows your end from where you are right now. He knows what's going to happen to you in the next few hours. So He knows you. So think about it with me like this. God is sitting outside of time looking at your life. He sees that in 4 years' time, there's going to be a groundbreaking opportunity for you to do something. Then He comes to you in 2026 and tells you, in 2026, I want you to read books. Just read books. Just, feed up your mind with knowledge. Just absorb wisdom, absorb knowledge. Imagine, let's say that you actually obey, right? You actually obey and you do it and you absorb wisdom, and for some reason your mind just opens up and you're so interested in knowledge, you're so interested in getting understanding, and so your mind opens up, and then in the next 3 years or 4 years, you just find yourself in the middle of an opportunity, and they ask you something and it triggers something in your brain, and you're reminded of something that you read in 2026, and you're like, oh my God, I know this, and all of a sudden you are the special one and they pick you. When you're coming to give that testimony, you're like, oh my God, it's a miracle. Oh my God, it's a miracle. I do agree. However, it was based on an instruction that God gave to you, and you actually obeyed the instruction. So I know that there's fear and I know that there's doubt, but I want this to be a cure for that fear, for that doubt, that whatever He tells you to do, He already knows that you can do it. I'll say it again. For your fear and for your doubt, oh my God, this thing that God is asking me to do is tough. That is your flesh talking. Yes, there's fear, there's doubt, but just think about it, that if God is telling me to do something, okay, when you have a child, or if you've ever been around a child that is trying to crawl, or no, let's say he's trying to walk, a child that is trying to walk from crawling, if you're ever around children like that, you know there's this thing that we do in Africa, in Nigeria, where if the child is trying to walk, you don't look at the child, so that, but you're excited, you're like, oh my god, she's trying to walk, so that when she falls, because children do this thing, when they fall, they look at you for a reaction like, are you going to shout? Am I good? So if you shout, they will start crying. But if you ignore, they will pick up and they will continue. Now, the reason why you are so confident that even if this child falls, this Rema is about to hit. The reason why you are so confident that even if this child falls, this child will stand up again and go again, because this child can walk. Like, there's nothing wrong with this child. This child is medically sound to walk. So you're not trying to cajole the child. You're not trying to say, oh, no, now, go on. No, you're not even trying to do anything. Sometimes children will not even tell you when it's time for them to walk. They will just be crawling. All of a sudden, you just see them trying to hold on to something and stand. And you're like, oh my God, this child is about to walk. Okay, come on, walk. But you're not upset. You're not angry. You're not feeling, you're confident. You as a parent, that's how God is confident when he's telling you, do this thing. That's how God is so confident that I know that you can do it. I know that you can do it. Go on, continue. So even when the child falls down and maybe everybody's like, and the child starts crying, the parents or whoever is around just be like, oh, don't worry, they'll pet the child and just clap for the child and say, oh, don't worry, you can do it, and then the child will pick up again. That's how God is looking at you, that, see, my daughter, my son, I know you can do it. That's why I'm telling you to do it. It's the same. We can use the scenario of also riding a bicycle or trying to ride the bicycle. If you ever try to ride the bicycle, initially it can be very difficult. You fall down, you scrape your knee, you have bruises. All the bruises on my knee, you can't see them, but it's not plenty, but it was from trying to ride a bicycle. And I know that when you're trying to ride a bicycle, whoever is teaching you is so sure that you can ride this bicycle. It's like a swimming instructor trying to teach you how to swim. It's like, I know you can do this thing. There's no hard. That's how God is on the sideline saying, I'm telling you to do this thing. Go. I got your back. I'm with you. Just go. I know it's hard. Do it with the fear. Do it with the doubt. But just go. Just go. Hey. Even me too. I'm blessed. Even me too. I'm blessed. Because if you decide not to obey, it means you want to be rebellious. It means you want to disobey and you want to be rebellious. And there is no reward for being rebellious. There's no reward for being disobedient. Everything you need. If you go to God in prayer today and you say, God, I want this, there are principles, and God follows principles. He's such a principled God. He follows principles, and so, and of course, there's a place of favor. There's a place of him, changing situations for your sake. But there's still your part. I'm just saying that, like, it's not going to fall from heaven, right? Even though you might say, oh, I was just in my house and he met me. There's something that you have done. There's something. So in 2026, when that fear, when that doubt creeps in, when God tells you to do that crazy thing, when that crazy idea drops in your spirit and you're like, it's hard, it's tough, I just want you to remember this line, that whatever he tells you to do, he knows that you can do it. He's so sure. That's why he's telling you to do it. He's not shaking that, can this girl do it? Can this boy do it? He's so sure that, okay, I'll tell you to do it. I know that you can do it. So don't allow the fear, don't allow the doubts to creep in and cripple you and make you disobey God. Don't do it. It's like, let me give another example. I'm such a sucker for examples. If you're driving, for example, and you are on Lekki Road and you're trying to get to VI, and you're at Chevron, and your friend calls you, your friend is at Lekki Phase 1, and she calls you and she says, don't follow Lekki Road, though, there's serious traffic. Like, there's a lot of traffic from Chisco down to Nikki Art Gallery down to Lekki Phase 1. Like, don't follow. Just use the back road. Use the back road from Nikon to House on the Rock. Like, just use back road and find your way to VI basically. But just avoid that middle part. And you're like, then you check your map. Your map is showing that there's traffic, but it's not bad. Sometimes when you follow map and the map is telling you that, oh, there's traffic, but it's not bad. You can be in the traffic and the time will be increasing. You'll be in the traffic, it will tell you, oh, you get to your destination in 12 minutes. Inside that traffic, it will increase to 30 minutes. You're like, So the friend tells you, oh, don't follow this place, that there's traffic, use the back road and all of that. And you're like, no, but the map is telling me that I should go on ahead. And your friend tells you, use the back road, sir. And you're like, no, it's fine. And maybe you have an appointment. You have an appointment in VI and you really need to be there at a particular time. Then you now follow the map. As you now enter, you cannot come out. And then there's traffic. And then that traffic, the time keeps increasing and increasing and increasing and increasing. Only because you refuse to listen to what your friend had to say. It's the same thing when we refuse to listen to God. When we decide to obey him and then the consequences come, we're now wondering, what happened? What do you mean by what happened? Why are you surprised? Why are you shocked? What do you think was going to happen? When God was trying to protect you from something, when he was trying to prepare you for something, you refused to obey. And now the thing has come. The opportunity or the life challenge has come. You are now angry. You are now confused. No, you can't be confused. Just go back to God. Just he's a merciful father. So just go back to him and pray and say, oh, I'm sorry I disobeyed you. Please help me. Have mercy on me. But you can't, sometimes the consequences that we face, the life challenges that we face as a result of our disobedience. Yes, that's the truth. Sometimes, I did not say all the time. Sometimes the life challenges are a result of the consequence of us not obeying his instruction. Is it a consequence or is it consequence? Let me say that again, scrap that. Sometimes the consequences we face in life or the life challenges that we face is as a result of disobeying God. Yes, because he was trying to probably protect you. Because again, you cannot see tomorrow. You can't see the future. So if he's telling you, okay, let me give you a personal example. I won't call names. So I know somebody that needed to apply for a visa. He needed to apply for a visa and he was going to apply. In the previous year, God had told him to release an album. And he had, it was not something that he has done why am I even hiding it? My husband. So the previous year, God told my husband, 1 year, God told my husband to release an album. And he hadn't released an album by himself before. And so he was like, I should release an album. But he started the process. And after a while, he delayed for a bit because he was waiting on somebody. And God came, God told him, I didn't ask you to wait for anybody. I told you to release an album. So release an album, right? So he did everything that he could do. He went ahead and he released the album. A very fantastic album. You should definitely listen to it. Beside Me, it's on Spotify, everywhere you can find it. He released the album. The year after, he was applying for a visa. He applied for the visa. He got to the interview. They asked him, oh, what do you do? Oh, he's a music producer, he's a music executive, etc. And do you know what the visa officer asked him? Where can we find your work? Do you have a digital footprint? Because you're a music producer, songwriter, so you should have a digital footprint, Abi. He said yes. He said, okay, where can I find it? He said everywhere. The man there and there opened Apple Music, opened Spotify, saw an album. Now, and then they gave him the visa, obviously. Now, imagine he did not release that album the year before. If they now denied him the visa Will he now come and say that, oh, I didn't get, you didn't what? You didn't what exactly? You didn't what? Because how would you say that, oh, you're a music executive and album, at least one album you don't have? That's somehow now. You cannot say that you don't have at least bad as bad one. Even if it's not, you don't have 10, at least you should have one. So imagine that he didn't release the album in the previous year. And because it's one thing, he released it the previous year, it already gathered enough streams. Like, it was not a new album that he just released yesterday for the purpose of applying for a visa. No, it had gathered enough streams. He could see it on YouTube. He saw it on YouTube, saw it on Spotify, saw it on Apple Music, and there they gave him the visa. There was no other converse. They didn't ask him any other thing. Imagine that, just that. You guys, people of Lightway, obey God. Just obey God. This life is too serious for you to be running off without listening for the voice of God and you trying to disobey. Like, it would not cost you anything to obey God. It would not cost you anything to say, God, this is the thing that you've told me to do in 2026. I know it might be hard. I know I might need to put in extra hours. I know I might need to put in the work, but I will do it regardless. So if he did not get the visa now, we will now come back and be saying, no, it is well, no problem. Maybe it's not God's time. It's a lie. I know that sometimes we are not privy to certain information about people's life or what happens. One thing I know for a fact is that everything is settled on God's end. When he said it is finished, it was truly finished. Everything is settled on God's end. It's us. We are the ones that need to take the step. We are the ones that need to listen. We are the ones that need to pay attention. We are the ones that need to obey what he wants us to do. It's as simple as that. Because on his end, he has done everything he needs to do. We are the ones that need to go and obtain. We are the ones that need to go and collect it. And every time, we talk about, my husband and I will just reminisce on that story. I'm just like, hey. So if you do not release this album now, you will not have this. You will not have gotten this visa. Travel history 0. You will not have gotten this very important travel history. So ask yourself, what are the things that I have lost because I did not obey God? Because I chose my way? Because God told me to do, I say no? Because see, I've seen both the positive end of obedience and the negative end of disobedience. The negative end of obedience. I've seen both of them, both my personal life, both people around me. I've seen the two of them, and I can tell you for free, obedience is better. Because in disobedience, you will disobey, and again, God is merciful. He will take care of you. You'll be fine. You'll be alright. But it's a longer journey. It's a longer journey of pain. It's a longer journey of disappointment. It's a longer journey of regret. It's just a longer journey. Why? You don't like shortcuts. You don't like the easy route. Because sometimes when people say, oh, God asked me to do this thing, but I don't know. I'm always like, you don't like. What do you mean by you don't know? You don't know that somebody that sits outside of time is telling you to do this thing. You say no, you know better. You don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow or in the next 30 minutes. You know better. It doesn't feel like I should do it. God. See, I pray for everyone listening to this podcast. At this point, I just pray that anything that is blocking your heart, anything that is blocking your heart from receiving and listening and having a heart that yearns for the things of God, having a heart that is obedient to the will of God, anything that is blocking you from having that heart, I release this from you in the mighty name of Jesus. It ends today. You will have a heart that listens to God. You will have a heart that yearns for the things of God. You will have a heart of obedience, that when God says go, you will go. You will not argue. Even if fear and doubt creeps in, you will still go. You will still go. Because you don't know better than God. His ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. And so you will still go. You must go. You must go. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. I know that towards the end I was getting very emotional and passionate about it, but you must do it. Oh, that's it. You must do it. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and share this with your friends, family, loved ones, enemies, everybody. Just share it with them, and you will see me and you hear my voice in the next episode. Bye, guys.